everybody. You can see in your program it says that Dimfna van der Lans is going to be giving the award, but she was not able to make it today. She is watching us streaming in New York. So on the count of three, I want you to all turn around and look at that camera and say, "Hi, Dimfna." Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi, Dimfna. That was awesome. Thank you very much. I'm Carter Wall, and just, if you will, look at me as a very tall, statuesque, blonde woman from the Netherlands. I am so delighted to introduce Kirstin Gunderson, who is a senior renewable energy manager for Walmart stores. We are so thrilled to be honoring Kirstin with this Clean Energy Empowerment Award for corporate implementation. I loved this award category because, what the gals in the last panel didn't say is that it's difficult. It's a unique challenge to be an entrepreneur in a corporate context. It's hard enough to turn your vision into reality, but it's an additional challenge to fit something new into an existing operation. You have to not only make the business case for what you're doing, but you also have to convince your management and your colleagues, no matter how much management support you have, and I'm sure that everybody's got a lot of management support for everything they're doing, but no matter how much management support you have, you also have to continue to make the case for why it should be as much of a priority as all the other important things that they're doing. So that's it's an additional challenge. I'm seeing a lot of heads nodding up and down. It can be really tough. Kirstin makes this look easy. She really does. She led the successful deployment of Walmart's on-site renewable energy portfolio in the US and Puerto Rico. Let me give you some stats here. Walmart had a goal of producing 1 billion kilowatt hours of annual renewable electricity, which is a lot. She was the project leader in 2012 for 20 solar installations. As a woman in solar construction, I have total project envy. 5 fuel cells, 17 EV charging stations, 2 battery storage pilot projects. She led project installations in 2012 that contributed to over 13 megawatts of installed renewable capacity. It's an amazing accomplishment in just 2012. So it's, Kirstin continues to impel and to improve our understanding of the potential for clean energy to make companies stronger. And she's benefiting not only Walmart's employees and their customers, but she's also benefiting all the businesses and policymakers all over the world. It's just an amazing thing to be part of. So I think that her work really, really illustrates that a robust corporate engagement with the transformative results of these new technologies can really make a difference in the world. So, Kirstin, we applaud your efforts and your dedication and your leadership and your blazing trail for all of us. Thank you very much.
Make sure you got my good side. Oh, here.
Oh, got it.
I'll take that. Thanks, Carter, for that really insightful introduction. I think I have much of the project count I have to thank Walmart for, as we really don't do anything small. So the scale and scope of the landscape that we work with is quite profound, and I've been absolutely honored to be a part of it, albeit for a short period of time. But I certainly want to thank the entire C3E program, the ambassadors, the leaders, the staff, everyone who has contributed to these last 2 days, which have been absolutely phenomenal for me as a practitioner. I've learned a lot, and I do not have a technical background, and so much of what has occurred has been above my head, but it all seems very exciting, and I know we're, as a corporate implementer, we're very excited to be at the back end of that and to help create and drive markets in this space. I think we have a lot of potential there. And this is by far the most inspirational award I've received in my career to date, and I certainly want to give a special thanks to Marty Gilbert, who nominated me. He's a director on our energy team and has been a big support and a big mentor for me in my time at Walmart. And I certainly would be remiss if I didn't also mention our other fellow corporate implementers in the room. I know that there are just innumerable accomplishments to be celebrated, and individuals who are doing huge things in companies, both big and small, and challenging the presumptions about the way that we have always done things as businesses and the way that we could do things in the future. And I think there's a really strong call to action there, and really proud to be a part of such an esteemed group. I always think it's kind of interesting because I didn't expect to land in the clean energy space, and I guess I could say it kind of found me somewhere along the way. From a very young age, it was really clear that I was not going to pursue a technical background. I had interests in all things relational, how people relate to space, how people relate to one another in particular space, and how people can overcome backgrounds and languages and positions to come to a point of common purpose. And I think, as we heard on the panel here today, a lot of those skills are what has helped me be successful within a broader business, and certainly very broad as a business that Walmart brings to the table. And it really wasn't until I returned to get my MBA that I realized these questions were about not only what we do accomplish to be better corporate citizens, to be better stewards of our environment, but also how we accomplish those things. Particularly important because what we do, we hope, will outlive us. And in order to do that successfully, we really need to be reaching across the aisle, and we really need to tap into that relational quality that allows us to communicate across geographies, communicate across business divisions, communicate between associates and customers, all of our constituents really in the business, in order to do something particularly successful. So as I made my way through large and small companies, it was really natural for me to come to the energy space, and the clean energy space in particular. I'm sure the fact that I'm a native Oregonian didn't hurt at all, because I was sort of basically born hugging a tree. So that sort of environmental stewardship has been part and parcel, I think, to my genetics as well. But as I said before, the size of the canvas that we work on at Walmart is both quite large and quite varied, and that offers practitioners and business people like me an opportunity to really amplify my impact, which is definitely why I'm in the space. And it's leaders like Kim and Miranda, both of whom are here today, and other business leaders back in Bentonville and throughout the business, and really at Walmart, that means throughout the world, who have really laid the groundwork to help Walmart understand energy efficiency, renewable energy deployment, and opportunity as a business opportunity. And we think about that opportunity in really big terms, and we put some really pretty sizable goals around that opportunity. And through the work of the Global Renewable Energy Council and the Global Energy and Facilities Networks, which are two of our global networks that think and act on issues of energy, specifically energy efficiency and renewable energy. That work has gained a really pretty sizable global reach. So the next slide here, I just have one additional slide. It's actually just a couple of the projects that I worked on. Our first 1 megawatt on-site wind turbine is there on the right. That was not a 30-month project. It seemed really long to me, but it didn't quite take us 30 months to get on the ground like the offshore wind project. But it did take us quite a bit of time, and that actually is Marty Gilbert in the lower picture there, who's in the audience here today, standing on the top of the nacelle. When we raised that, it was a pretty monumental moment for us. And then up in the corner there, just as I joined the team, we were going live with a 3.3 megawatt system at our distribution center in Buckeye, Arizona, and it's one of 200 solar projects that we have in the world in over 7 countries. And, more than 100 of those are actually in the state of California in the United States. So that really demonstrates to you the opportunity for incentives and a really positive business environment to be supportive for companies like Walmart to really take a pretty sizable leap into the space, which we will continue to do in the future as well. So this global renewable energy network is a cross-divisional, it's a cross-functional team of associates who are working at Walmart throughout the world, and it helps support our work on energy efficiency, renewable energy, and accelerate the adoption of those technologies within the business. And what's so unique is that each market is facing a very different set of challenges, as you're all very aware of. We're dealing with absolutely different things in China as we are, in India and the United States, certainly Latin America, Central America are all dealing with very unique hurdles. And Jeff, the Energy Efficiency Council globally really allows us to share ideas and come together and also really leverage that relational muscle so that we can understand where we can build on successes we've seen in particular markets and deploy those in other markets. And where we can't do that, then we can all come together and try to ideate and come up with the best potential solutions for the markets to support our broader energy goals. And what I think is really compelling about this and why I'm honored to be a part of it is because when we think about big issues like energy, we have to think both locally and we have to think globally. And I think corporations have a really unique opportunity to do that. We're can be very flexible in the space. And so I think that it's a really clear opportunity for us to really take advantage of that, again, that relational quality. And I think that women are really the muscle memory in that. And so to the extent that we can continue to support leadership of women in that space who have and who are particularly impacted by issues of energy accessibility, then I think we can continue to be successful in the future. So thanks again to everyone. I'm sorry I went a little bit over time, but really appreciate it.